As the new school year approaches and parents take their kids school shopping, there also will be state laws impacting the classroom. Oklahoma News reports Reese Wetzel spoke to Jennifer Palmer from our content partner Oklahoma Watch about what changes are coming.
Thanks, Jason. I'm here with Jennifer Palmer from the Oklahoma Watch. We are talking today about her story, Education Watch, and how will new Senate laws impact education for this upcoming school year. Thank you, Jennifer, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot to dive in on this story and find more out. Kind of just everything that students and parents can be prepared for this year. So I'll just start, right off is what changes were implemented to school funding, to the school funding formula by the legislator?
There's a bill that I wrote about in 2021. This was passed by the legislature and signed by Governor Stitt in 2021, but it goes into effect this school year. So this will be the first time that, schools had a year to prepare. So this is a change to the funding formula. Basically, it requires schools to count their students and report the number of students for funding purposes based on the higher of the last 2 years, this current year or the year before.
Yeah, for sure. The next thing I want to move into is the incentive program for teachers. What is being offered for students studying teaching in the state of Oklahoma?
Right. So there are two new bills that passed this current legislative session that I wrote about that impact teachers and future teachers. And one of those I just saw yesterday is really kicking off. This was House Bill 3564. It's kind of a mouthful. It's called the Oklahoma Future Teacher Scholarship and Employment Incentive Program. But basically it takes students who are in college and want to major in education, and it gives them scholarships throughout their college experience each year. They can receive up to $5,000 through college, and then they agree to teach in a K-12 school in Oklahoma for 5 years after graduating to qualify.
Okay. Yeah, moving forward to some of the other changes that were made for this school year is transfers, students transferring to different schools. How do they work now?
Right. So this was a really big change that the state passed in 2021. It actually went into effect January 1st. But I've really been wanting to see how it impacted in changes in the summer. I thought it was very strange, actually, that it went into effect January 1st, because at that point, students are halfway through the school year, right? And probably not as apt to want to transfer to a new school.
Okay, yeah. And moving to my last question, it's over the law that was passed that said students must use the same bathroom and locker room that was assigned to them on their birth certificate of the sex that was assigned to them on their birth certificate. How can schools still make sure to accommodate for transgender students even after this law has been passed?
Right. So this is an issue that we're watching really closely. We're actually working on a story right now at Oklahoma Watch about this bill in the law and how districts are adapting to it with the school year coming up. One of the provisions in the law is that schools can have a gender neutral bathroom, right? Or a single occupancy bathroom that can be used by anybody. And so that's one thing we're checking on, like, are schools able to, do they already have those? I know some districts do, some may not. They may be adapting their facilities to accommodate that.
Well, thank you for your insight and giving us that information about what to expect in this next school year. Jennifer Palmer with the Oklahoma Watch, thank you. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right.